Good morning. In this video, I'm going to show you how to paint believable rocks, also clouds and water. You can download the free reference photo, the outline page, etc. at watsonwatercolor.com. The edge of your water needs to be straight and level, so before you start painting, put a piece of masking tape over the top of the water. We're going to start with the sky. I'm using a light blue, which is cerulean, and a darker blue, which is cobalt. Wet the entire sky with a big wash brush. You don't want the clouds to be a continuous stripe across the paper, so break them up a little bit. You can paint the distant land mass while the sky is still wet. It will give you nice soft edges. I test a tiny spot to see how it'll do. It's a little too wet. I tilt the edge of my paper up by about 20 degrees. And I take a minute to make the clouds look a bit bigger by dabbing up some paint with a paper towel. Now the distant trees are staying put. The gray looks a little blah, so I add just a touch of red to my light gray to liven things up. Once again, you don't want the distant land to go all the way across like a stripe, so break it up. Dry this well and take off the tape. Now that's a nice straight edge. Water will look great with some light blue and some dark blue, but you want it to be darker than the sky, so mix up a darker puddle. Wet the water and try not to overlap the straight edge. Just wet the area right beside it if you can. Then paint on horizontal strokes of your different blues. You can play with the water as long as you like. You can adjust your wash by lifting paint up with a thirsty brush or a paper towel, or keep adding more paint in. Then dry well. Next we'll paint the beach. The first coat is going to be a light gray, which is blue plus brown. Now when you apply this so it doesn't look flat, you can dip into your blue while you're painting. That adds variety. Paint around the rocks and the white foam at the edge of the water. There's lots of fun ways you can add texture to your sand. You could sprinkle the wet wash with table salt, but this time I'm going to do spattering. I loaded my brush with clean water and then I tap it on my outstretched finger. That spatters drops of water which create tiny blooms. Can you see the splotches? If you don't like them, wipe them off. While the beach is still damp, add a dark gray shadow under the white water edge. When that's dry, we'll start with the rocks. Mix a darker gray with the same blue-brown mix. Just use more paint and less water. You want the light part of the rock to be very light, so paint on just a tiny bit of color and skip areas for a dry brush effect. Keep a light touch on the dark part too, and then dry well. Spattering will give rocks great texture, but I don't want to spatter the sky and the water. You need to protect the rest of the painting with paper towels or old papers. Tapping your brush gives you big spatters. For smaller spatters, I usually use an old toothbrush. I wet the toothbrush and wipe off most of the water. Then I rub the toothbrush in the paint. Pull your thumb from the front of the bristles back so that the front edge of the brush is spattering paint onto the paper. Now this is only one way to do it, and there are lots of different ways to spatter. But whatever way you like, it's well worth learning because spattering is a great effect, especially for rocks. You can spatter rocks with water. You can spatter them with darker colors, or you could spatter them with white. Now that the beach is dry, you can add shading with more of the same beach color. Darken the left side and the bottom. But let's move on to the white. This is opaque white that covers well and easily. Watson Watercolor will have a list of all the best materials for painting, as there's a lot out there and it can be confusing. So, white for the sailboat, white for the foam on top of the water, Your sailboat can have a stripe of any color you like. I'm starting with a stripe of blue because that's the color in my photo, but I painted the stripe red after the video. I like the red and I added a small red flag. You can also outline your boat with pen or pencil. Paint your seagull in 2 steps. First, paint a few gulls with different shapes and sizes and let that dry. Then add a dot of white for the body of the bigger gulls. Last, I'm going to spatter the beach with some white. And add a shadow on the sail. Here's my finished painting. I think the sky does need to be a darker blue on top of the clouds, but I'll do that at my in-person class. Remember, your painting doesn't need to look like mine to be great. So visit Watson Watercolor today, and happy painting!